can you walk us through how a rental process would work for someone? Let's say I wanted to go RV this weekend somewhere. I hopped on your site. What's kind of walk us through the process of how you would do that?
Sure. It's very much similar for people who have ever tried using either Expedia or Airbnb or VRBO. It's almost identical in workflow. So you come on the site, it's free to look around. I mean, everything's free, but you can look around, you can do searches. So once you find your RV you like, and you can search RVs by, type of RV, features you want, pet friendly, smoking friendly, etc. And you can specify your dates and class, whatever way you want to slice and dice it. And if it's really important for you to have a CD player, you can even specify those kind of features. And then you'll be presented with results that are local in the area where you want to pick it up. And once you find it, and then you can look at each RV, look at the specs, look at, the details. There's photos on the site. There's detailed descriptions and lists that our hosts have put up, photos of the host. And I just want to also say, when you look on our site, every RV you see on there is real and is ready to be rented. A lot of other sites have phony inventory or stale inventory or, have quote unquote scraped listings from the internet. And these people don't even know they're on their sites. On our site, every RV you see on there, the host has given us their ID, their information, their banking info, the VIN number, has also validated their banking info with us so that we can pay them out, and that's all legit. And finally has done a test transaction with us. So that's what it feels like to become a host. We really help onboard you so you're ready to take transactions. As a guest, so you find the RV, it's real, and you send an inquiry to the host. And hopefully they're responsive. Most of them are. If they're not, we try to follow up and make sure they are responding. And if you do find RV you like, you send an inquiry, the host can accept it, and then it goes into payment mode. And if it's more than a week out, you pay the booking deposit. And then a week before the reservation, we automatically debit the card on file for the remainder of the balance and let everybody know payment is ready to go. We send a reminder to you before that payment comes out just to make sure it's all covered. And then on day of pickup, also before the reservation, we send out kind of a, RVing tip email. And then there's lots of resources on the site to help you with RVing. But frankly, the best resources are the hosts, and they might give you a manual or, communicate ahead of time to make sure the trip is as smooth as possible and as enjoyable as possible. And then when you show up at the host at the, where you've agreed to exchange the RV, you do a check-in, and that's online with your phone on the site, on the mobile site, or, if it's at a dealership, they might do it off their laptop. And you literally would upload, you'll need to upload your driver's license. We'll take a photo of it and it's uploaded. You also can note any pre-existing damage, take photos, take an odometer reading if there's, if it's not a trailer, take a generator hour reading, and then you go on your trip. And when you come back, it's the same thing on checkout. And if there was mileage, there'd be an ending odometer reading. And if you went over, then automatically calculates the overage charge. And if there's any incidental fees, takes care of it all there. So that's the experience. Obviously, you need an account as a guest to go through that process. And all we need there is your driver's license, which we do validate, and some questions about your driving history that you need to answer just to make sure you're kind of able to do this. And the questions are, you haven't had a DUI or vehicle or manslaughter, things like that.
Yeah. And it's essentially
before we, tap you on the back and insure you and send you on your merry way in our $200,000 RV.
And it's essentially paperless then. Everything
it is paperless.
Done.
Everything's paperless. Great. Even when you have your reservation and you're checked in, you get a email PDF of your, rental contract and your certificate of insurance. So you can show that on your phone, and you can, obviously just print that if you wanted to keep that in your glove box. But, if you download that email and it's in your buffer, you can always just use that. I will add one thing. You can also, coming soon, set seasonal or spot rates for each RV. So if you know there's like a high demand event, either July 4th generally, or a local, NASCAR event or Country Thunder or concert or festival, you can change the price for that. And you can also change the price generally over the season. So, during peak season, we see obviously higher prices than the off season. And in some places, they just mark it as completely unavailable. If you're living in Minnesota, you're not renting that RV in January.